In July 1940, Europe was crushed under the jackboot of the Nazi Third Reich. With the United States still over a year from joining the war, Great Britain stood alone against the Nazi war machine. The Luftwaffe controlled the skies over Europe, having gained experience in Spain during the Civil War flying with the Condor Legion, and from crushing all opposition as they swept across Western Europe. The battle for France was over. The Battle of Britain was about to begin. Enter the Supermarine Spitfire. Hello, I'm Tactical Pascal. Welcome to the channel. I hope this finds you all safe and well. Now today we're going to give a special shout out to Coach Fogel's World History class at Seminole High School in Seminole County, Florida. Now Coach Fogel asked me would I mind creating a little video about the Spitfire, and I thought, well yeah, the Spitfire is the greatest aircraft ever made, so let's get cracking. The Spitfire was designed as a short-range, high-performance interceptor by R.J. Mitchell, who was the chief designer at Supermarine Aviation Works, which was a subsidiary of Vickers Armstrong from 1928. During the Second World War, the primary users of the Spitfire were the Royal Air Force, the Royal Canadian Air Force, the Free French Air Force, and of course the United States Army Air Forces. There were many variants of the Spitfire built, from the Mark I to the Rolls-Royce Griffin-engined Mark 24, which used several wing configurations, and there were variants with clipped wings which provided greater roll performance. Depending on the variant depended on the armament that aircraft had, but it was normally a combination of 303 machine guns and 20mm cannon. The Spitfire was fitted by the liquid-cooled V12 4-stroke piston engine, the Rolls-Royce Merlin. If you've heard a Merlin, you will never ever forget that sound. It is an iconic aircraft sound, probably the best in the world. The Spitfire entered service with number 19 Squadron at Duxford Aerodrome in August 1938. Production was slow at first, but by September 1940 it was in service with 18 RAF squadrons. Spitfire shot down a total of 529 enemy aircraft for a loss of only 230 of their own. The Spitfire also saw action on the Eastern Front with the Soviet Air Force, and they flew the Mark 5B Spitfire initially before they were upgraded to the improved Mark 9 variant. During its lifetime there were over 20,000 Spitfires known to be built, and around 240 are known still to exist today. Of these, around 60 are airworthy, 70 are used for static display, and around 110 are either held in storage or they're in the process of being actively restored. The Supermarine Spitfire was the only British fighter aircraft to remain in production before, during and after World War II, when it was eventually phased out as the invention of the jet age took hold. Throughout its service, the Spitfire saw use in the Battle of Britain in Western Europe, the battle in the Mediterranean, fighting in Africa, and also took part in the last battle of World War II as Spitfire Mark 18s helped defeat a Japanese breakout attempt as they performed a ground attack role. At the height of the Battle of Britain in 1940, Chief of the Luftwaffe Hermann Göring was becoming increasingly impatient with his Air Force's inability to decisively crush the RAF. The Reich Marshal summoned Adolf Galland and Werner Mulders, two of his top fighter aces, to meet him and discuss what they needed to crush the RAF. In response, Galland said, "A squadron of Spitfires." The Spitfire remains one of the most iconic aircraft ever made. It inspired a nation to stand up against overwhelming odds and helped to free the world from the tyranny of the Nazis. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, Tactical Pascal, out.